Have you ever considered buying real estate with cryptocurrency here in Spain, but you don't understand the process or if it's even possible? Well, you're in the right place. This is the Nusun network in Marbella, and I'm Chris Cassidy from Nusun Realty, and we help international buyers like you find their next dream home. Today I'm joined by Vicente Ortiz from Vicox Legal, and we're going to dive into the process and everything else with buying property with cryptocurrency. Let's dive in. Vicente, welcome.
Welcome.
And can you tell my audience and me who you are and what it is you do?
Yeah, I'm a lawyer, also an investor. All my career mainly focused in intersection between technology and real estate.
Okay. And Vicox Legal, what is it? What are they? What is the
Yeah, yeah.
company?
Yeah, it's a legal firm based on Costa del Sol. We also have offices in Portugal and opening also in Dubai.
Okay.
We are working in these three jurisdictions. Basically, we are into regulatory with all the legal aspect for IT companies.
Okay.
Also real estate company who want to buy in Spain, Portugal, or Dubai. Yeah, and between the intersection between also bread and butter is getting like a compliance for to buy properties with crypto in Spain.
It would be good to understand a bit more about cryptocurrency because some people, they think about Dubai when you buying real estate with cryptocurrency, but they might not think about Spain. And some people think there's a lot of red tape and there's loads of processes and
Yeah.
everything else, and maybe we're not as advanced, but actually I think we are now. I think we're getting there, and it would be good to talk about, maybe what got you guys into the cryptocurrency side.
Yeah. It's a big misunderstanding, no, for crypto,
Yeah.
especially in Spain and for agents. All different things. I cannot touch that. But it's all about compliance, no? At the same time, you have to do compliance for client anti-money laundering. And the same, you have to do the same for crypto from the crypto side.
Okay.
Normally, the individuals and the corporation is covered in Spain. Everybody know how to manage that, just to avoid the bad guys, And the crypto, you just implement a process like 4 or 5 years ago. We are doing like a 6 transaction per month, mainly in Barcelona, Alicante, and south of Spain. And basically, we go just covering the compliance of the crypto wallet aside, just to make sure that agents, notarios, notaries, registry, and lawyers, they don't take big risks when you do the onboarding of a client. That is our bread and butter already, just to do compliance and to the big ways, these deep pockets on crypto, just be willing just to buy properties in Spain out of risk.
So just in terms of the process then, because I'm aware of the standard process where obviously you've got to go to notaries and lawyers and they're buying it in cash. They'll check their bank statements and they'll do that. But I've not really understood or seen the process working yet with crypto. So can you talk through maybe how it's different from the standard procedures that we've got here and how you navigate around that?
Sure. Yeah, you as an example, you as you are an agent, as your
Yep.
agent, your agency, you imagine you receive a lead through email or just call to your office. Okay, I have some crypto. I just saw on your website like a Villa 3.3. I will happy just to pay in crypto. Okay, the
Yeah.
process will be starting with the compliance as the onboarding. First, we will ask for the passport of the client. We just check in 24 hours we can give green light or not. We just we have a big database of bad guys, basically, and just to if a green light, we go the second step. We send a Google form to them with all the wallets, like your IBAN or your bank account, or the crypto are, just to check is any crypto criminal records involved or on that. We just have how they want to do the payment in with network because there are different blockchain what you can do. Basic information based on the crypto, and it's gonna take like another 2 days. So we have a internal compliance officer, an external compliance officer to check it out, and with the onboarding is complete, we start with the normal process. But we see already that the vendors normally they want to take crypto. That's why we also, with a partner, we have a fully compliance process just to swap that crypto into euros.
Got you. Okay.
That's the easy part, because then the notarios, everybody, they will feel safe at the same time, because it's going to be a normal transaction in euros at the end.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, that's what. In sometimes we just did like a 2 deals on that sense that the vendor will be willing just to take the crypto. In that case, there's also capital gains involved. It's important just to know, because but the capital gain of the transaction, because imagine you as a crypto bro, a crypto investor, a big whale with deep pockets in crypto. You bought, imagine, in 2012 in 500 euros. Today is nearly 100,000 euros.
Yep.
Imagine that big gap. If you just swap this crypto just to buy a property, is to generate capital gains, but it's going to be where your tax resident. If you are not tax resident in Spain, you will pay. In Portugal, you pay zero. For example, in Germany, you pay zero. You go holding for 1 year. It's going to depend on where you are. But also there are capital gains involved when you are swapping into crypto. You have to know that. But it's going to base when you are tax resident.
Got you. Okay. So from a notary perspective, they're treating it the same because they're ultimately getting cash. They're getting euros. They're not getting. I suppose they're not overly concerned about it, as long as they've put through their legal due diligence. Beforehand.
Exactly. We're generating a report, what the crypto is, that is fully legit, At the end, they are happy just that the conversion happened before. We have a escrow account, the money go to a escrow account, and me as a lawyer or a legal firm, we just go to a notario with a check, or we just send like a transfer to the vendor.
All right. So you'll be obviously the legal side, but you'll be the intermediary that takes the crypto, gets it, makes sure it's getting converted through a third party.
It depends. It depends the client. We have a escrow account as a client's account. All the lawyers have here in Costa del Sol, and the money can come to my bank account, to my escrow account. I can pay, but as well, the clients, if they already have a bank account through our partners to do the OTC, they can send directly the euros to them, and from his bank account they can pay the vendors. No?
So normally, if it's if you're buying with cash, or through your bank, right? Normally we'd have to show bank statements that will show the transactions and everything else. How would that work with crypto? What do they need to show? Obviously, you've got a wallet. Yeah. But a lot of people are doing like trading. They might be doing like multiple things, buying, selling different currencies. Where do you even start?
Very good question. We are working with a software with one of the top names into crypto, just to do the traceability of that movements. According to all that movements, we see different lights like a green, red, and yellow.
Okay.
If we say some red, okay, we cannot touch it. If we say some yellow, we can ask for an extra information just to see if they are using a kind of, mixer or things who are not allowed. Or maybe sometimes when you have a yellow light, it's just because there are risk activities. For example, there is a neobank or fintech, or they are doing gaming or gambling. At that point, we're gonna request extra information to see who's a client who can eventually take as a client.
Got you. So basically, it's a similar idea. It'll look at transactions. And it'll flag up if anything looks a little bit suspicious, or if it's unknown where it came from, then you'll ask questions. And,
It's a bank. It's like a bank standard, like a bank idea. Compliance, but just adapt to the crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, and I mean, here's what I'm thinking about. For example, we've got a lot of new developments, new properties, new projects, and they might not be ready for 2 years, 18 months time. And you've got to do some due diligence at the start about, if they've got to be able to pay the deposit and everything. But they might not have enough to cover the full. They might get a mortgage, or actually they might just choose to buy it via crypto at the end. How would that work? If they want to buy in crypto up front and put the deposit down as crypto, would you only be making sure that they've got enough for that amount at the start and where that amount is came from? Or would you be looking to make sure they've got enough to cover the full property price?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. Yeah, things are evolving already because what I see now compared with 3 years ago is like crypto, especially Bitcoin, is gonna be like reaching the institutional level. That means there is some banks and developers also taking Bitcoin seriously as a collateral.
Yeah.
But I see already once you can some like Metro Bacesa, big names here in the industry in Spain, they taking as a deposit, and they started seriously just to way different ways just to take crypto as a deposit. There are other companies and also banks and fintech. They also are willing just to, based on the Bitcoin as a collateral, give you a mortgage.
Right, okay.
And that is very interesting because it's not much paperwork involved. Obviously, they are not lending more than 50% of the collateral that you leave. That means if you are just put into collateral like like 5 Bitcoins already 500, you can get a mortgage of 50% based on the Bitcoin that you leave as a collateral and
50%,
escrow.
okay.
But that's a start in the US. They just changed the law like 1 month ago, and also banks they can consider Bitcoin as an asset in a way just to give you as your payroll or another
Yeah.
source of income and give you a mortgage. And things are evolving as a completely new way or new infrastructure for payments, and generate some product based on blockchain and crypto as well. And it's quite
Yeah.
exciting.
And so, for example, if the property was like $1 million
Yeah.
and it's 30% down deposit
Yeah.
and you pay the rest upon completion, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
would they be looking at you being able to have enough cryptocurrency to cover the 30%
Yeah.
or to cover the full amount of the property?
You have to have all crypto enough just to cover 100%.
100%. Got you.
100%. Otherwise, if there are some developments and some individuals also are willing just to give you a mortgage based on the Bitcoin you already have it.
Right, so they can give you a pre-approval type mortgage.
And no paperwork involved. Just you have the collateral. Sometimes they also have the collateral of the house as a double collateral. In that case, the interest rate could be lower. You know, if you just take crypto, the interest rate going to be higher. And that's the things that they are.
So the bank are taking that risk into consideration because obviously crypto can go up and it can go down.
Yeah.
Half even in value, you know?
Yeah, but as the developers, there are alternative way of financing or funding development. It's not only about banks. Also, corporations are willing just to give you money. Also, there are corporations that they own the space. Maybe when I see on your podcast, you interview like a Michael Topolinsky
from MetaWealth.
From MetaWealth.
Yes.
Maybe you are. That's interesting use case because that is that's the MBA for developers because these guys were doing doing tokenization for your audience. Basically, it's just to tokenize is like a digitalize, put in a digital platform, some property or whatever, and they are willing just to attract capital worldwide without no barriers.
Yeah.
And in question of days, they can do the funding for developments to buy 5-6 apartments and cover this 30%.
Yeah.
When they are covered, they can ask for a mortgage to the bank. Or what.
Yeah.
But these things are coming. There are ways to build new infrastructure and new buildings and new villas based on new ways to do the funding.
Yeah, exactly. And what are you most excited about in terms of this realm about blockchain and crypto and everything in real estate?
Well, I see tokenization that we call real world asset is a huge narrative already.
Yep.
Eventually, trillion market, real estate, everyone have the piece of the cake. But the market already is illiquid, real estate. I have, for example, some properties here in Marbella, downtown for rental. But if I want to sold out, I have to sell it.
Yeah.
And if someone is illiquid, as an investment. But the good thing is once you tokenize this apartment, for example, and put in a platform, you have a secondary market. It's like a share. It's like a stock. you know.
Right, okay.
If you want to get rid of your position there, you can say in seconds. And that is blow my mind, because also you can take this position, that token, that share that you already tokenized as a collateral also to apply for a mortgage.
Right, okay.
And imagine the money is gonna flow, it's gonna be a trillion market.
Yeah.
It's called real world asset
Real world
narrative.
asset.
It's tokenization, but more things involved. Now you have a stable coins, new market infrastructure for payments, very quick and no cost involved. You can do like a 10 million transaction for less than $1. Imagine.
Yeah.
And that's the things that
fast.
excite me the most, because I'm suffering when a client have to send for Dubai or to Saudis to here with a lot of cost. It take 2-3 days. Everybody waiting, the notary and the money has just arrived or not. That the thing. That's tokenization, and this market infrastructure for payment speed and with no
Fast.
and fast is awesome.
Yeah, it's secure and it's traceable and everything else.
It's traceable.
The blockchain doesn't lie.
Yeah, because exactly that's people think, no, it's crypto, that's for the bad guys, money laundering. But at the same time, I put you an example. We are really into compliance. Like 3 weeks ago, we have a case that a client paid like a 400,000 USDC, like a dollar, digital dollar, to another client, just to settle a transaction, just an agreement between them. The other guy said, no, never came. What? Okay, okay, listen. Okay, we go. It's public, We go there, listen at that date and stamp,
see the wallet
whatever,
address.
imagine. And not only that, but also when you receive it, you send to this wallet, this wallet, this wallet, and the traceability is amazing, because when you at some point you have to convert it into euros or dollars.
Yeah.
At that point, you have to it will touch like an exchange, house or whatever, with your ID and with your passport.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we have all your data if I wanted, That's why I don't consider Bitcoin like for criminal anonymity. Cash, still, especially dollar, If you see all the statistic for money laundering, or it's dollars, suitcase in some. But with crypto, blockchain is fully audit real time,
Yeah. And do you think, because I've always wondered about the legal side and the legal contracts and everything, I've always wondered if that would be able to be on the blockchain.
Yeah.
And I just feel as if it should be a lot easier and simpler.
You're right.
And if it should be easy just to sign something on the blockchain, you've done your transaction, and everything should be quicker. But I don't know if that's something they're looking at, maybe.
Very good question. It's going to be depending on jurisdiction. There are jurisdictions who are very advanced on that, especially when all the registries are in blockchain already, like starting in Georgia. Dubai also improved a lot. US as well, they have on parallel, they are working a blockchain-based registry. At the end, blockchain is here just to get rid of the middlemen.
Yeah.
But still in Spain, we have notaries and registry quite strong. The registry just invited me just to do a keynote like 2-3 years ago, because they are also considering just to go into blockchain.
Okay.
And it's coming. There are countries who are the leading of that technology. The other countries that are moving slower, but eventually it's gonna come. A point with all the contracts going to be digitalized, it's going to be full transaction without lawyers, without no intermediaries. Why not?
It's a good thing you're an investor. You don't have to worry about your work disappearing to the blockchain.
Yeah, imagine artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
Artificial intelligence and a smart contract.
Yeah.
Right now that we have it, for example, that mortgages.
Yes.
It could be through a smart contract.
Yeah.
That means you just put on collateral your Bitcoin, and other clients willing to provide in USDC like a mortgage to you without no paperwork involved. It's already happening. What happened if the price of Bitcoin is going down? You're gonna have a margin call just to put more Bitcoin on escrow. But eventually, if you don't pay your mortgage, you can take automatically in the smart contract your Bitcoin
back
to you. That's the point. It's already working, some smart contract.
Okay.
But when we are the middlemen involved, like a notary and registry, it's not that easy.
Yeah,
Just to,
you slow the process down a little bit.
unfortunately.
But we might get there. It might be something for the future.
Yeah, we are nearly there. We are nearly there. We'll
And
see.
it's positive to see because I mean, as I say, I do get clients coming. I've not done it yet, but I've got clients now coming to me asking me about buying real estate here in Spain, and
Yeah.
especially with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And they're asking me how difficult is it, and I've always said, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I don't really know because I've not seen it. I've not seen it done, but I do know that it is being done,
Yeah.
and this is why I thought it would be great to bring you on, learn more about it, help the audience understand that it is possible. It feels like we're maturing a little bit in Spain with the crypto area and buying real estate here, and the risk isn't as bad as what everybody thinks. If you've got a good lawyer, they're doing the right level of due diligence. We can still do the anti-money laundering and everything else. And yeah, we just put it through the notaries, etc. Right now is a standard process with euros. So it just feels like it's all coming together, and it's really doable. Maybe talk about one of the most interesting transactions you've done on crypto, maybe the most complicated one
Yeah.
that you've managed to get over the line.
Yeah. I remember, we are doing like a 5, 6 transaction per month, but all that process started in 2015, no? In that, in that years there was not stable coins. Stable coin for us is very easy and less complicated because it's not volatility on the price. But time Bitcoin was going up, going down,
Yeah,
there was no ways just to block the pricing,
of course.
and it was difficult, quite difficult at that time, just to figure out, just to get an agreement, just to avoid any misunderstanding,
Yep.
of course. But to be honest, now things are evolving. It's a different animal. We have MiCA regulation in Europe. We have Genius Act in the US, who is nearly finished. All the compliance, they are covering all the compliance. All the changes are fully regulated. It's very difficult just to hack. It's still happening, but there are not a lot of measures implemented there. When they're starting off this stupid wars, sometimes you have to check all the time, updating the grey listed, if there's Russian activities
Right.
involved,
Yeah.
and things like that, you have to watch out eventually. But thanks God, everything goes right now.
You're
So
okay.
far, all smooth. Our clients are happy. That is the most important part for us.
So just in terms of I mean, obviously in Spain there's tax, right?
Yeah.
We can't avoid tax here. But what does the tax situation look like if you're buying a property with crypto? Is there any taxes or fees that people need to consider if they're maybe buying from abroad? They're buying a property in Spain with crypto.
You know the saying, no? You cannot avoid taxes and death. no?
Exactly.
However, with crypto, what's happening, the capital gains on crypto is going to base when you are tax residents.
Yes.
Most of our clients are tax resident out of the European Union
Yeah, my clients do. Yeah.
or Portugal as well. You are holding crypto there, you pay zero. Germany as well, you are holding for 1 year. It's going to base when you are tax resident. That means if you are going to buy a property in Spain, you bought Bitcoin in 10,000 euros, now 100,000. Now there's going to be capital gains involved, and you pay when you are tax resident, Malta, UK, whatever.
Yeah.
Regarding the taxation belongs to the property, like transfer tax, VAT, just go by normal basis. You have to watch out. You have to be careful of the capital gain as an Spanish citizen or resident in Spain. You have capital gains involved, starting in 19%, 26. Could be 26 up to 200,000 Ks on profit.
Yeah.
You have to watch out with your tax advisor, accountant, just to be sure you pay your taxes.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're saying it just depends on, if you're a resident outside of Spain, you pay, if depending on the law and depending on it, some of them don't have capital gains, for example, Portugal, but if you're from another country, you might have to pay it, but that's in your own area. So it's not really a Spanish thing.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You're in Dubai, you pay zero as well. You're buying
Exactly.
here, Singapore, Hong Kong as well. Australia, they have capital gains involved. UK also have capital gains. Gonna depends.
Yeah, it just depends. And what sort of advice would you give for someone who's maybe thinking about buying a property here with crypto?
Yeah. Well, no, first, make sure that they have all the proper documentation, regarding all the crypto, the property is coming from exchanges, all the documentation regarding when did you buy your crypto, where, is helping a lot from the compliance reasons. That's the most important thing, They have an activity also helps, because sometimes clients came to us, oh, I just have crypto. Okay. But do you have an activity to prove that you have money enough to buy that crypto from the scratch at the beginning? That information that we have.
Yeah.
Because from the compliance research, we have to build all the storytelling, all the story of the assets, Unfortunately, some client came to us with a ledger who is a hardware wallet, click on that without no activity, and also without no activity in the past 4 or 5 years. That is a client we cannot take seriously as an onboarding.
Okay.
That's why you have to build all the storytelling and the compliance from scratch, and that means, okay, now we don't have an activity. I live in for my crypto because I am a millionaire or billionaire. Okay, that's fine. But when do you buy your crypto, you have all the support documents just to us. That's the first question that I want to make. And also some education for agents because I'm working mainly with agents.
Yes.
No, the client not that much. My clients, my business more B2B. I try to educate this to filtering the client that's the important part. They can filter, they can send me the client just with some,
Exactly.
level of risk covering. We are a team and working together just to attract the best guy. Because if not, another country going to take the advantage.
Yeah.
As I told you, sometimes came to your agent or to my law firm, a guy in slippers, a very young guy. And the agency, no, I cannot take crypto, I cannot take you as a client. But if you do some research based on the crypto they have, listen, this guy is one of the founders of Ethereum, or one of the big projects happening here in Spain. One of the biggest deals that have been in Spain, La Zagaleta, was a guy who was crypto, then they swap into Europe, but it was with a considerable amount in crypto. That's better, don't judge. Because sometimes they are going structured guys with a suit, they come into your office, and then you see, and they don't have an activity at all, and you cannot take it as a client. But on the other hand, you have crypto guys who looks like you cannot take it, and if you do the research,
multi-millionaires.
And the good thing for agency and for your audience is that with crypto, what happening is it depends on the price. I have clients who buy property when Bitcoin was 20,000, modest property, low budget. Eventually, Bitcoin goes to 60. They go, bigger property. Now 100, they are still buying. They are clients who all the time they are diversifying their position in crypto into real estate. And that's the client that we know. We want.
It makes sense.
Clients who are buying all the cycles, very interesting.
It makes sense to diversify as well. I think if you've got a volatile type asset, sometimes it makes sense to put your profits into a safe asset like real estate, for example.
Because if you do a good investment, you can take an extra 20-30% in the following year.
Exactly.
That's what the client now, the crypto guys now, they know how to diversify. They are becoming like a family office instead, just to do some investment into real world asset, no?
It makes sense. Listen, Vicente, I've taken up loads of your time. Appreciate your time and all the information you've given us. Thank you for joining.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.